you guys may have seen this. I saw it on Facebook yesterday, so I took a quick shot of it there. So Dr. Oz went on to the Senate there, and they were the Senate committee investigating alleged weight loss scams, and he had to actually defend himself because he's kind of suggested some things that people do that maybe are more frilly and exciting than actually practical. And so when the Dr. Oz show first came out, it was a very great show. Like he really promoted a lot of good stuff. It was just about everything he said. You could say is absolute fact and take it as law. This is the way things were. And he's had a lot of great guests on there. But I think as the years went by, it got to be where they needed to keep it exciting. And so he started trying to bring in, try to find new things, exciting things, but really, it's not so much about what's new and exciting, it's about what's real and it's actually going to work. And then, so he's promoted a lot of unique things. I won't play the video here, but maybe I'll include it in the weekly email. But I got a little video about them talking about some of that. And then it just breaks down to shortcut thinking. Shortcut thinking is not really the way to get to anywhere. So there is no shortcut to anywhere worth going. And actually taking a shortcut, definitely in the diet world, is actually taking the long way. So if there is one, a really good way of getting somewhere, and you're trying to find the shorter ways, and you keep going down these little side paths that you think are the shorter way, well, you keep finding that they're dead ends and dead ends and dead ends and dead ends, and you actually haven't moved down the path at all yet, because you keep trying to find this shortcut. And so that you end up, the shortcut thing actually ends up costing you years of time that you could be moving on the stuff that you should be moving on. Another thing is, I want to mention is, hope can be abused. So we think of hope as like just this purely awesome thing, when actually sometimes it's not that awesome. If Andrew and I were to get in the car, start driving north, and then go, man, I can't wait to get to Mexico. It's gonna be great when we get there. I hope this is the right way to go. I believe we've got it. We've definitely got it. Let's keep going. Let's keep going the way we're going. It's that use of hope, that spending of hope actually gets us farther in the wrong direction. And so hope that is not based on any facts or reality is not a good thing. So hoping in some of these little scam products or these little trick things, this magic pill type of thinking is actually getting you farther in the wrong direction and not helping you get to where you want to go. You're getting farther off plan with that. Now, some of the people that I do like, that he's even had on his show, Joel Fuhrman, his book, we recommend a lot of that. Joel Fuhrman even does recommend some supplements that I'm not that keen on. I don't like that side of the industry. But I like his main core philosophy. There's even a Dr. Oz saying something nice about it. So he has supported some good things, and not all these little funny scam things. But his whole thing is as nutritarian. He kind of came up with his own word for that. It's basically, if you're not a vegetarian, you're not a metasaurus. You're a nutritarian. Your goal is to get food that has nutrients in it. Eat food that has lots of nutrition. And that just makes sense when you say it out loud, versus have some little extract thing or something like that. You say, eat food that has lots of good nutrition in it. I think that's very practical, and it is. It's a good idea. Michael Pollan, I like his 7-word diet. He's really well known for. He said all of my research, all the stuff that I come across, can really be boiled down to these 7 words: eat food, not too much, mostly plants. So that's the 7-word diet plan from Michael Pollan. So eat food is, you're going to watch out for things that have tons and tons of ingredients, things you can't even spell. The actual food, as close to its source as you can get it. So actual food. Not too much. You still need to be conscious of the amounts of food that you're having. And then mostly plants. We know that most of the good stuff is in the plants. All the studies they do, anti-cancer things, heart attack, stroke, all of these risks go down when we're having a lot of those vegetables there. And he had a couple other good points here too that I thought I'd mention. So just non-shortcut thinking here is, don't eat anything your great-grandmother wouldn't recognize as food. So that's a good point. So somebody says, when you pick up that box of portable yogurt tubes, or eat something with 15 ingredients you can't pronounce, ask yourself, what are those things doing there? And sometimes maybe where are they coming from? Where did these random huge words come from? Don't eat anything with more than 5 ingredients or ingredients you can't pronounce. So try to get as close to basic foods as you can. And maybe you mix some things together to make a recipe or something. But you want to try to make sure it's not packaged things. Stay out of the middle of the supermarket. Shop the perimeter of the store. Real food tends to be on the outer edge. You don't have to keep it on there. On the outer edge of the store, near the loading docks where it can be replaced by fresh foods if it goes bad. Don't eat anything that won't eventually rot. Now there are some exceptions. It says honey in there because honey, they actually found honey intact in some of the Egyptian tombs. So honey doesn't go bad. You can have it, and that's okay. But things like Twinkies, that are going to be around for the next couple millennium, that aren't going to rot at all. We want to have foods that actually will go bad. So when we put them in our refrigerator, if we don't eat them in a week, they might actually go bad on us. That means it's healthy. That means it's alive. It's a good idea. It's not just what you eat, but how you eat. He says actually stop, sit down, hang out with some people, and have a meal. Don't eat on the run so much. It says in a lot of cultures, Japan, they say eat until you're 4/5 full. It says in Islam, German culture, in German they say tie off the sack before it's full. Is what they say there. So basically, you're not filling yourself up to your throat. You're stopping sooner than that. So you wouldn't be able to tie it off if you needed to. Families, try to eat together, not around the TV. Actually, spend time. You actually have time to interact with your food. That way, you're not mindlessly eating. And then he's also said, don't buy your food where you buy your gasoline. Oh, God. So it's kind of a fun point there. He says 20% of food is eaten in the car. There's a lot of junk food, fast food, all of that kind of stuff. So there's some non-shortcut ideas, because the shortcuts really don't pan out in the long run. They take you a lot longer to get where you want to go.